We're back again. Welcome to another episode of RCG Diesel and Equipment. So today we got this radiator to do on this Peterbilt behind us. I love radiators, guys. They're so simple, they're so easy, and it helps to have a crane. We got a crane truck, so we're gonna do the old pickaroo, swap this radiator out for a new one, get this customer back on the road so they can make money, and in return makes us money. Let's get after it. Yummy, yummy. See, look at the inside of the hood. It's just covered in Kool-Aid. That's no good. It's cooling everywhere. So first thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be draining this sucker. So Peterbilt makes it kind of nice. They put a little drain plug on this lower pipe. It's got a little Allen head on it. As you can tell here, put a cooler, a block of wood to support our hood. This one has a hood support on it, so I wasn't too worried about it, but some of these don't have hood supports on them. So whenever you break this top part loose, they just go, see you later. So be careful there, okay guys? Put some type of hood support underneath, put a couple blocks of wood, trash can, something like that. That's usually what I do. We got these supports, we got our intake boots. Let's see, what else we got? We got our windshield washer fluid. Yeah. We're gonna take our condenser off here, so we'll start taking these bolts off. We might go with our condenser next. Yeah, let's go with our condenser next. Clamps up here or zip ties, one of the two. Got some zip ties. See if we can get the condenser out of the way now. Might be able to just move it real easy. Okay, lay it up there out of the way. Try not to put anything in a bind or lay it on something metal. Okay, looks pretty good. We're gonna take our intake tubes off. Oh yeah. Not to lose any of these nuts, you'll be out of luck. I like to have a little pick in my pocket. I just dropped that. You kidding me? Telling you guys, there it is. Unless you have more clamps on your truck, which probably isn't a bad idea. I've got some, but I didn't order new ones with this one. All right. So you take our little pick here, run it around like that so we can get it off easy. Same thing on this side. Like that. Give it a little pop. Right. Ooh, then our intake tube comes off. Look, there she is. Nice. Man, just freaking crazy today. I'm gonna get some of these coolant hoses off this reservoir here, so I can get it unbolted, get it out of the way while I'm on this side. I think I got pretty much everything unbolted on this side. We'll get these devil clamps off with our Nip-X pliers. I love these Nip-X for the devil clamps. There's an actual clamp for it too, or an actual tool for it. I have that too, but I don't know. Nip-X do pretty good with it. Unplug our sensor, just like that. Couple bolts up top. We got a double clamp in here. Bolt missing there. All right, look at that. We actually got a new upper and lower coolant hose, but we got to get this sucker off. We'll get our intake pipe off on this one. Our radiator support. we're gonna get our washer fluid tank out of the way. We just unbolted it. I'm gonna leave it plugged in or it's gonna leak all the juices out of it. I'll leave it right up there. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Okay, so down here, we got our oil cooler at the bottom. It's all the way across. There's all kinds of coolers. Sometimes they're fuel, sometimes they're oil, sometimes they're power steering. Oh, sorry, it's windy out. Anyway, we got these 2 Torx screws right here. They're kind of deep in there. And we got 2 more on the other side, and we can get this out of the way. We have got everything out of the way up top. We might have to take our fan shroud off. I'm not for sure just yet. But for sure, I'll take it off when I get it out. Obviously, to swap it over to the new one. But I think it'll clear. I think it'll pull right out of there. Now we just got to take our bottom bolts loose. Okay, we're underneath this dude. There's our coolant hose. We got to take this hose off. And then we got to take that radiator bolt off. And this radiator mount right here. Get that out of the way. No big deal. Okay. Just like that. Okay, so these are pretty cool. So these little lifting eyes, you're gonna have to have some of these. I have a couple sets just for fun. So you can hook up with your crane. Let the fun begin, guys. So we got this chain here. It's a freaking handy duty one. It's adjustable. It's greasy. It's a mess. It's freaking handy though. So I'm gonna hook it into our eyes there. Let's get this crane going. Let me show you these crane controls real quick. They're kind of cool. To go right, you hit the right up switch. You got a trigger down here. You can, the more you hit the trigger, the faster it goes. You can even kind of, whoa, if I hit the hood. You can kind of just go slow if you want to. So then to go up, we're gonna hit this up button. We're gonna hit the trigger real slow. And we go fast. Oh yeah, there we go. We'll go right again. Pretty cool. And then we can extend this dude out. We got an extend button right here. Extend it out. Hit our trigger button. We're extending out. It seems to be working. Seems to be working. Now we're going to go down with our winch here. This is the down button. We hit our trigger. Oh yeah, there we go. See? Pretty simple, guys. Nothing crazy. I always put my landing legs down right here. You can see those. That's a manual valve in here that I use to make it go up. Just lifts it. It lifts the body up. So whenever you're moving this crane around, you're not messing your suspension up, twisting your frame all up. Makes it kind of nice. Anyway, we'll get back to hooking this up. This crane's kind of nice. It's like, I think it can lift 6,000 pounds. The cable's rated to, I don't know, a lot. The heaviest thing I've ever picked up is a scraper transmission. It's pretty heavy. It lifted my truck a few times. It's not hard to lift your truck up though, really. I should probably pay attention. Okay, so whenever you're lifting these, you just want to look underneath it, make sure you're not grabbing anything, make sure there's not wires connected, make sure the cooler that you took off the front is completely disconnected so you don't just rip some stuff out. Make sure your shroud's not hitting, make sure you're not hitting the fan blades whenever you're picking it up, so you're not taking the fan with it. Left. All right, look at that. Look at her go. It's a beautiful thing. Cool function on this controller I want to show you real quick. This one right here. If you just hit the stop button, the engine stops, shuts it off. If you want to start it back up, oh, isn't that nice? Engages the PTO for you. You can even turn your compressor on and off, your air compressor. Pretty cool. We're gonna shut it off for now though. Work on getting this CAC out of the way. Woo! Look at that. Look how dirty this radiator is. Look at this giant bug. Anyway, look at that. That might have something to do with why it's leaking. It's probably only cooling in the top side. This bottom side is all plugged up. Clean out your radiators, guys. Or they possibly, I don't know if that's the reason why this thing's leaking, but sure as hell looks like it. This actually, this is a newer radiator. They had this replaced on the road like a year ago. It should have lasted longer than that, don't you think? Well, it might be because it's getting plugged up. Just an idea. Just keep in the back of your old melon. So we're gonna go ahead and take this fan shroud off. It's got a couple bolts and it comes off. There we are. Toss it over to the side. These little clips here, well, these pins, they got little clips on them. You kind of fold them over. I don't know, kind of weird. And you just kind of knock it out. Just like that. Comes out. Look at that. See, look how new this is. This thing was just replaced not long ago. Anyway. It's got a lot of play, I know that. A lot of vibration. But yeah. That. There we are, guys. Pull our radiator right out. Okay, something I noticed, I want to show you real quick. So this is the old radiator. Man, look how dirty that sucker is. Anyway, so the sides, you can tell, look at the sides of it. Right here, it's just metal. You know, you come over here to this new one, and look, we got this rubber piece in there, or we got this styrofoam, whatever it is, I don't know, some type of material that keeps it tight in there, so it lessens the vibration. You can kind of see it a little bit better there. Okay, metal, no metal. Okay, it's got one of these on each side, and I'll show you here in a second when we get this other bracket on, that sometimes you have to use a ratchet strap and pull this sucker in so you can get the top pins in right here, these pins. So you can get the top and bottom pins in. You gotta use a ratchet strap to pull this thing in, and it keeps it nice and tight and doesn't vibrate around. That's one thing I noticed about this other radiator, is that it was wiggling around in there pretty good. So more vibration, more problems. These cramps that are at the top of these radiators, you know, they can only handle so much vibration before they say, see you later, we're leaking. So this one lasted a year. I don't know why. Maybe it was that. Maybe it's because it was plugged up. Don't really know. Don't really care. I just know that we are going to do what is right. And hopefully it'll last a little bit longer. You're putting these guards on. If you got to pry anything, if you got to use a lineup tool to stick in there, make sure you're not putting it so far in there and then prying on the radiator. You'll be done. You'll be ruining a brand new radiator. Ask me how I know. Anyway, another thing to watch out for is the size of these bolts. Make sure you're not putting a long one in the wrong hole and it punctures the radiator, your brand new one. Just something to look out for. Little tip. These things are very easy to puncture. They're made out of aluminum, they're real thin, so they can cool fast. Now we're going to put our fan shroud on. I like selling the top and the bottom radiator hose just in case they're bad. Clamps, stuff like that, stuff that goes bad. I might even start selling the intake boots, because some of the clamps, you know, I had one blew off the other day. I did all this stuff and had one blew off. I know I tightened it up. I might have tightened it a little too much. I don't know, you just can't really, I've seen them blow off before, I just never had it happen to me. But that sucker blew. One of them was all rusted up, and it wasn't even the one that was rusted up, so I don't know. It's just good to go on with new clamps. At least offer it to them. If they say, nah, we'll be all right, and then whenever they blow a hose off, you just say, well, I tried, you know. Just from my experience, do what you want. I really don't care. We're gonna fire this thing up and see what happens. All right, dudes, well, we're all finished up. The radiator is in. That truck's gonna be on the road tomorrow, making money. Super excited about that. RCG done came out, swooped in, fixed them up. That's what it's all about, guys. It's cool. Anyway, I hope you guys like this one. Maybe it gave it the confidence you need. Swing your radiator. Maybe not. Maybe you're like, I don't want to do any of that, ever. That's cool too. That's what we're here for. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, share some of this stuff. I'll see you on the next one.